Hey everybody, Chris Gill here. Today we are looking at some EQ moves that we can use to help get you a big fat blues rock guitar sound. And so let's take a look at a track we've got here. It's a popular track. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of it or not, but if you're curious, it's right here. This is a track my band's recording as a demo at the moment. And so one of the things I was running into as I was mixing this song is that the guitars, they sounded big, they were bright, but they were bright in the wrong way. And so I'm gonna play this little track of this verse here where the band's kind of in fullish, and you'll kind of hear what I'm talking about. So let's take a listen to this.
Baby, why you don't treat me this way? You know I'm still your lover, boy. I still feel the same way. That's when she told me.
All right, so to my ears, the vocals and the guitars are kind of fighting for the same space, and it doesn't sound great. The guitars are bright, but they're kind of nasally. Especially the vocalist also has a really bright voice that kind of sits right in that 2K range. So let me show you what I did to kind of fix that. Is I grabbed the Fat Channel XT plugin, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love this thing. This has become kind of my go-to plugin for mixing in general, believe it or not. I absolutely love this. So, sorry, little side note there. So what I've done here is, I have, and I'm just gonna collapse the EQ of this so we can just see what we're doing here. I just, at this time, grabbed the plain old digital EQ, and for this task, that is all that was needed, and it sounds great. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Let's loop this section. Actually, let's go to this jam section here, and let's kind of, because that's where the guitars are really, really cranking. And let's listen to the guitars with the band, and then I'll kind of solo them out, and we'll take a listen to everything that's going on here. All right, so the big thing you're gonna notice here is that I've created kind of this peaks and valleys curve. The very first thing I did, and what you're seeing here, is actually this high pass filter. I am rolling off all the way up to 164 hertz. To me, in this sound, it just wasn't needed. We've got a pretty fat bass guitar. We've got a lot of piano low end in this particular tune, and so the guitars eating up all that low end was just crazy. So I've rolled off quite a bit of low end. To help offset that low end, I've actually given it a slight boost right here at 193 hertz. And I do mean a slight a slight burst of low end. We're not even talking quite, it's just shy of 3 dB with a fairly wide Q, 0.6. Here's where this magic is happening though on this sound. So what we've done is, I kind of grabbed this EQ band and I kind of swept it around until I found the frequencies that were the most harsh to me. And actually, it was the inverse of this. I boosted it to kind of sweep around, find the frequencies that were kind of offensive to my ears and that were fighting with the vocal. And then I have cut those almost 5.5 dB. It's negative 5.2 dB. Pretty moderate Q, like 0.93. I just, did it manually, wasn't dialing in any specific frequency. That's just kind of where the affected frequency sounded good. And then again, to not make it feel like we've just taken a whole bunch away from the guitars, I have added another boost, a bell curve at 8 kilohertz, and again almost 4 dB. So again, we're going to listen to this one more time and just kind of listen to the difference between these two, so you can really hear what's going on here. All right, so hopefully that helps. Again, this is a trick I find myself using on a lot of different kinds of guitars, and maybe not these exact frequencies, but very often I'll cut something that's bad and put something back in that is pleasant, and that kind of offsets the sound a little bit. In this particular case, kind of scooping out some of that 2K and then giving it some nice air on top really made these guitars sit much better in this mix. Again, my name's Chris Gill. Hope you found this helpful. Do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.